Good news, everybody. The knitting tradition in Iceland is just as deep and as culturally relevant as Ireland's. I know, we were all very worried about it. The northernmost islands of places like the UK, Ireland, Denmark, the Nordics have a very rich and deep cultural history with knitting. Places like here in Iceland, the Faroe Islands, Shetland Islands, northern Scotland, Ireland, and Britain all have incredibly rich, natural, woolen knitting traditions. And why is that? Well, it's because the weather is a bit shit. I mean, don't get me wrong, it sets the mood. And I, for one, thrive in an environment like this. Fucking look at me. But these islands are the epitome of sweater weather.
Oh, sweater weather.
Today and every day. Also, it's August when I'm filming this, by the way. It's still cold. Iceland's traditional knitting today looks a lot like the Fair Isles type of knitting that we see so often, and they call it lopapeysa. And it's not necessarily as traditional as we expected it to be. Older styles of Icelandic woolen wear were kind of pushed aside in the early to mid 20th century. Kind of what we saw happen with the Aran jumpers in Ireland. The demand for a standardized traditional knitwear started to increase, and at the same time, family tourism started to increase. People wanted to bring a bit of Ireland and a bit of Iceland and a bit of the Nordics and a bit of the Faroe Islands, a bit of Britain home with them. So Iceland gave them what they wanted. Celebrities and royals could be seen wearing Fair Isle, lopapeysa, Aran jumpers. They were hot commodities, and they still are, especially for islands with such a rich reserve of natural wool. And lopapeysa was brought to the forefront to keep up with this demand. The lopapeysa starts from the yoke and works its way down in a repeating circular pattern. In a true lopapeysa, you won't be able to tell the front from the back. And usually the lopapeysa depict a natural scene or animal or plant from Iceland. This is kind of a reproduction of a lopapeysa, a Fair Isle pattern, but I'll be on the hunt for a real lopapeysa later on this week. And don't make the mistake, knitting traditions are still incredibly rich and ancient here in Iceland. It just hasn't always been that repeating circular outward from the yoke pattern. And much like the Aran jumpers in Ireland, the woolen jumpers here in Iceland were water resistant, warm, and a great outer layer for working in harsh conditions, much like this. They're beautiful, they are of the land, and they are ancient human creativity at its finest. Another fun connection between Ireland and Iceland. Anyway, I'm off to the yarn shop and to find myself my own lopapeysa jumper, and I will see you next time. Bye 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 bye.